KDP Low Content Book Research. Hi, I'm Kerie from Dream Creator Bee. Welcome to my channel where we show you how to make money online with KDP Low Content Book Publishing and Etsy printables with new training every week. So be sure to hit the big red subscribe button down below. So today I want to show you how to do KDP Low Content Book Research and the difference between all categories and book categories so that you can find those great niches for your low content books. So about a month ago I had a comment from Jet Life who asked, what is the correct way to search? Is it in all sections or is it in book sections? Because if I search in all departments, I find the results have little competition. But if I search in the same niche in the book section, I find the competition is high. What is the difference between the two methods, as it is confusing and that the results show different numbers? Because when searching in all departments, the number can be low. But as soon as you select the books tab and enter the results are way higher. Now, in my opinion, you need to actually start with all categories to get the idea to actually see if people are actually searching for that keyword. Now, the reason why it is a lot lower than the books tab is because all categories is bringing in all the books, all the products that are currently selling with that keyword. So and also it's bringing in anything that is paid advertising. They might not have a rank, but they have some sort of paid advertising, so it is bringing in those. Hence the reason why it has a lower search volume. But then when you go into books, it has a higher search volume. So I'm actually going to show you a few examples. So why you need to start with all categories is to see if people are actually looking for it, and then in books categories to see how huge the competition is and if it's oversaturated. Now, you can still go into an oversaturated market. Don't let a huge amount of competition put you off, because you might have a great idea that can be sub-niched, it can be cross-niched, it can be pushed in different ways through either sponsored advertising, or you can do it through Pinterest or a Facebook group, or you are creating a particular brand about that and you're going to be doing different ways of promoting it. So don't let it put you off. Now, if you're just creating loads of books, it might put you off. You might think, no, I don't want to get involved in that. I can move on to a better niche that's got lower competition but high demand. So I've put in Amazon letter tracing, and I'm using the Chrome extension Self-Published Titans. And the reason why I'm using Self-Published Titans is because they have a good expander tool as well, and they also give you this one here that tells you whether it's a good keyword niche score. You should have one of 63 and above to actually think about going into it. Average BSR, average reviews, the average price, which gives you wiggle room with regards to advertising. So letter tracing, there's only 4,000 results. Now this is for all categories. Now if you go into some sort of one like fishing logbooks, it'll bring you 600 and odd, which is a lot less. But then you go into fishing logbook and it's over 30,000. So, but this one, it gives us 4,000. And all it's doing is bringing back the best selling products, because that is not a book, it is a drawing board, but it is the ones that are all selling at this moment, all with great BSRs. And some of them, again, this is not a book, so you can see that is what it's bringing us. So it is giving us hope that yes, we could maybe compete. Yes, 4,000 is quite a huge competition, but we might be able to compete. So oh, I bet that is popular for boys and girls. You're crazy. That is really good. I like that. But it's definitely new and it is taking off. So that is really good, and it's really doing well in early childhood books. So I do like that. That is somebody thinking outside the box, because letter tracing is really difficult to get across, and they've aimed it at kids' humour. So that is really a good idea. Book tracing, letter tracing, and we click the one for books. The volume for the search is really good, it's over 40,000, but then our keyword niche score goes down to 26% because it is now giving us over 40,000. So you need to find a way how to niche yourself down if you're going to go into letter tracing. It does seem to be usually oversaturated. So there are different ways of doing this. You could do letter tracing for and then break it down. So for preschoolers, and then I don't know why it's not letting me select. For preschoolers, again, it's now gone down to 10,000. But it is still huge. And again, you need some wiggle room. So $6.99, I don't know how many pages is in there, 108 pages. So they're making nearly $2. So they might have $2 to spend in advertising with that. Again, this one here, 106, 5. There's not a lot of wiggle room for sponsorship, so they must be doing something else to do some type of different advertising. $6.99, $6.75, $6.78. It's actually showing people how to do it. So you could also then go into sub niches like cursive handwriting workbook, and again you could break that down, and if you look at all categories it is only 1,000, but if you go into book category, again it's just 1,000. So these are the ones that are selling. So maybe it's a good way to go into cursive handwriting. And don't forget, you can also aim these books at adults. So you could do an adult cursive writing book or a kids cursive writing book. You can aim them at different groups. And you can also try different languages as well. Don't forget, Amazon is not just in America, and don't forget in America they've got people with different languages as well. So you can decide different ones. So I would always start with all categories, then go into books to actually see if it is something that I could go into. Now I haven't gone into this because it seems a bit oversaturated for me, but like we saw that funny one. So let's go funny letter tracing. Again, it's just doing alphabet letter tracing. Zoo alphabet. So it's not brought us anything funny. Yes, I'm seeing. So there's 101 for fart. F is for fart. Again, phonics is quite high. Oh, I would be very careful with that. Unless they have got licensing agreement, which I doubt, I would be very careful with that. You can have superheroes, but just don't have the Marvel ones or DC Comics. It does say license, that one. Marvel Press, so that is actually Marvel. See, this one has got superheroes, but it's over 2,000. Batman. Random House, that will be licensed. That one will as well. No rank found. So be careful. Don't use trademark stuff to try and style it because you'll lose your account. So letter tracing seems to be oversaturated unless you can find, like I say, that fart book one is. Let's do alphabet. Alphabet Letter tracing. Ooh, 20,000. So it hasn't brought it down. People might just put ABC as well. You don't know what people are going to type as well. Again, it's so high. So I personally would actually stay away from this niche again, unless you can cross niche it by doing something else or going into a sub niche like tracing letters for adults. Let's see if tracing letters for adults is a better keyword. Stroke recovery toolkit. That might be good. Stroke recovery books. Still 2,000. There you go. Found you a niche. At least a few. So there's a puzzle book, tracing book, brain fitness. That's been around for a long time. Yep. There is some more great niches, and that, as you can see, it's gone green. If we go into all departments or all categories, then we should possibly see a different figure. And the internet is very slow. There are people on the new Call of Duty game. That's what's happening here. That hasn't gone on very much. Yep, 178. So it's actually better on the books one. So there's an idea for you. Stroke recovery letter tracing book. 22, 1, 2, 3, 4. See those ranks. Under 300,000, that's a bit over. And definitely under 300,000. So that, if you want to go with letter tracing, look for a different way to go in, a different way to skew in. But again, start with all books to get your ideas, then go into books to actually see if it's viable, then go and do an advanced search where you click on here when you're in books. Let me go to one that's got books on. Books, go into advanced search there and then type in independently published and see how many you are actually competing against, because don't forget that we are not competing against the major publishing houses. We're only competing against people like this who publish with KDP just like we do. So I would check everything, and here it's telling us not to go into that niche, but if you can find a way of going into it, like the F is for fart, letter tracing book. That is a great alphabet book. Look at different languages, look at different niche groups. So look at letter tracing for adults, and you can do cursive tracing. So go into sub niches and check, and that's what you need to do. You can also do cross niching, so do an activity book that has letter tracing. So let's see if there's letter tracing activity book, and we are in books, activity books, and let's see if anything is brought up there. And it's brought up over 20,000. So again, that one probably not, but you can keep checking, and that is what I would do. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button. If you want any templates to help you actually create notebooks or anything like that, there is a link in the description for that. Also, I will be providing you a link to this Chrome extension by Self-Publishing Titans. Also, be sure to check out the videos that are appearing here that will help you with your KDP research.